Hello, I'm Peggy McColl. I want to welcome you back to Making a Million Look Easy, Part 2. I have a question for you. Did you follow through in what I suggested in Part 1 of this series? And if you didn't, stop this video right now, go to Part 1 and follow through. The reason is because we are building upon an idea. And when you build upon anything, you must start with a solid foundation. Your foundation are the goals that you've set for yourself. Now let's get into how do you create the belief system that supports you in the outcomes that you've established for yourself. Now this particular series we've called Making a Million Look Easy. And as I said in Part 1, whether you're looking to manifest a million, whether it's dollars, euros, pounds, whether it's a month or a year or just having a million in your bank account, whatever it is, the process is the same. And whether you're looking to manifest money or you're looking to manifest some other outcome, the process is the same. But understand this, and this is so important for you to understand this, there is a process. When you decide that you're going to create different results in your life, there is going to be work involved. But what I love to do with my clients is I love to show them how easy this can be. So yes, I have an exercise for you for this session as well. So let's start with thinking about what it is that you would love to manifest in your life. And assuming that it is the idea around prosperity or abundance or riches or wealth or whatever you want to call it, that you have absolutely defined some specific goals for yourself. All right, here's the next part of the exercise or the process. Determine what do you need to believe in order to have that in your life. You see, you're programmed. You're programmed based on the beliefs that you have in your subconscious mind. How did they get there? Well, through conscious attention. When you were a child, you were accepting a lot of information through your senses, through your hearing, through your sight, through what you were observing from others, and that built the paradigms, the belief system that you already have within you. Therefore, if you were raised in an environment where wealth was elusive, maybe it wasn't there, that's okay. It doesn't matter where you come from. What you have right now is this moment, this wonderful moment for you to decide that you're going to create something anew. And whether it's abundance and a lot of it, the same process applies. But you definitely need to understand and build the belief system within you that's going to support the outcome that you desire. So I'm going to ask that for the exercise for this session is that you invest the time to do this exercise. Take a sheet of paper and write down, what do I need to believe in order to have these goals in my life? Now, assuming you set a goal for either the money in your bank account, your net worth, maybe your revenue goals, your personal income, whatever those goals are, assuming that you set a number of financial goals, what do you need to believe in order to have that? Now, I'll give you some examples. Let's say you need to believe that you're worthy of it, that you deserve the abundance. You know, a lot of people have a belief that they don't deserve it, that they're not worthy of money. And they may have done some things in their life that they're not particularly proud of, and that may have offended others, or they may have made some bad decisions, or may have struggled, or may not believe that they're educated enough or smart enough or conditioned enough. And understand that those are beliefs that are within you and that they can be changed. And that's why right now, I want you to create a greater focus around what do you need to believe in order to have it. So I am worthy of it. I am deserving of it. It's easy for me. There's an abundance in the universe. I always have an abundance of money to do whatever I want to do. I am financially set for life. All right, now if you like any of these, affirmations or statements that I'm making right now as we're going through this video, stop the video and write them down. Now, you may be thinking, well, how many of these beliefs do I need? It's not a particular number that you're shooting for. It simply is, what do you need to believe in order to have that? And I've just given you a number of different statements that are very strong, affirmative statements that can help you build the belief of knowing that you are already rich. You were born that way. You are a multimillionaire. That's something that you need to believe. So think about that. Think about the answer to this question. What do you need to believe? And think about it from a common sense perspective. And think about it from maybe areas in your own life where you've struggled. Maybe it was worthiness. Maybe it was believing that it's out there, that it's possible, and really give this some attention. All right, you're gonna do that? Yes? Okay, I'm imagining you're saying yes. It is really important that you do this, okay? In part 3, we're gonna get into the livingness of you having the abundance that you deserve and that you desire. We'll get into that, but right now we're doing the work here to establish the beliefs that are necessary in order for you to have that which you desire. So we're building upon what we're already doing in part 1. Now, the other part, I'm going to give you 2 exercises today. The second thing that I would love for you to do, and you can do it after you watch this video, or stop the video right now and do the first part of the exercise from part 2, and then you can do the second part a little bit later, but either way, do both of these exercises. They're very, very important for you in manifesting the results that you desire. Okay, so what's part 2? What's the second part of this exercise? The second part is to, again, take a pen, some paper, and write down, now that I have, like whatever the goals are, the financial goals that you've set for yourself, how do I feel? How do I feel? Think about that. Now, if I asked you that question right now, understanding that, yes, you definitely sat down and you wrote out your goals and you're thinking from the perspective of, wow, this is amazing. How do I feel? Well, you very likely would feel happy. There'd be some joy around that. You may feel relieved. That's a positive emotion. And a lot of people have that as an emotion, as a feeling, because they've struggled. Right? They struggled a lot of their life and they felt the tension or built tension within them because they weren't able to meet their demands. But we're not going to that place. We're going to the place of you already have that which you desire. And knowing that you already have it, how are you feeling? Maybe you're feeling relaxed. It's like so good knowing you have all that money. That you've got that money in your bank account, that your personal net worth is a certain point, that you're earning the kind of money that you only ever dreamed of, that you just feel so good because you know you're financially set for life. How's that feel? How does that feel for you? Now, whenever I've done seminars or webinars, whether they're live events or online events, and I've walked the audience through the process that you're going through with this series called Making a Million Look Easy. And I asked the audience, now that you've accomplished those goals, or now that you've manifested the wealth in your life, how do you feel? The answers are usually grateful, relieved, joyful, relaxed, happy, and things like that. So is there a right or wrong answer to that? Well, there actually is. The right answer is a positive answer. The right answer is that you're feeling good. It's a feel-good feeling. And the wrong answer would be like, oh, I'm no longer stressed. You see, when you give attention to anything, whether you're talking about no longer having it, like stress or feeling uptight or disillusioned or whatever, you're giving that attention. Therefore, it is imperative that when you answer this question about how you feel, now that you're making a million look easy, that you respond in a very positive way. Now, I would like you to write that down. Write down how you're feeling now that you've accomplished. So there's an assumption here. And the assumption is that you have already accomplished the goals that you've set for yourself. The assumption is that you already are wealthy. So knowing that, what you're actually doing is something very productive. And it's a manifestation process called living from the goal. You see, most people think of their goal. They're thinking of their goal, and they're thinking of their goal from a place of, oh, I really wish I could have that. Oh, I hope so. That is not alignment. That is not an effective way to manifest. Because when you're wishing for something or hoping for something, what you're declaring very clearly to the universe is you don't have it. But when you think from the outcome, you think from the place of being wealthy already, this creates alignment. Now, what you're also doing is you're actively using your imagination. Everyone has imagination, whether they're using it or not. Now, if you're thinking the thought that you have a challenge using your imagination, get rid of that thought. It doesn't support you. Now, in part 3, we're going to talk about the livingness of you experiencing the abundance that you desire. But before we get there, it is important that you follow through with the 2 exercises that I suggested here of building the belief system, because that's essentially what you're doing. What do I need to believe in order to have that? And how does it feel now that I have that? Do you see what you're doing? You're taking the steps in the right direction. And these sessions here have been designed in a way to help you understand. You see, I have personally been studying success and applying success for over 40 years of my life. And as a result, everything in my life has been transformed in positive ways. And I know how to manifest any idea that literally pops into my consciousness. I just have to decide if I want it. Now, I trust that you have already decided what you would love to be experiencing as far as your wealth is concerned. And if you didn't, do it now. No worries, do it now, and then come back and follow through with the exercises that I'm suggesting here. Now, we have more work to do. This does not end right here, and I'm going to invite you to make sure that you tune in to part 3 of Making $1 Million Look Easy. But please promise me you're going to follow through with the exercises that I suggested today. They're really important exercises. Do not skip them. It is being built. We're building something on a very solid foundation. We're building your future wealthy life. All right, so I'm going to see you in part 3. Make sure that you follow through with these exercises, and I'll see you again very soon.